This was me in Thailand in the September of 2023. This was me in Dubai in the January of 2024. And this was me in the USA in the July of 2024. While I was visiting these countries, I learned some insane life advice that I will be giving you in this video. Yeah, I traveled to 3 countries in 1 year. Don't even question it, bro. You want to You want to be that guy. You want to travel to 3 countries in 1 year, don't you? And don't lie to yourself. It is a very cool flex. It is a very cool flex. But in complete honesty, like, I learned 2 things, and you may be like, "Oh my god, you visited 3 countries, and you only learned two things? Well, that's crazy." In my opinion, it's better to learn 2 life-changing things than to learn 20 random small things that'll help you for one day and they'll never come to use. Yeah, so I visited Thailand, Chiang Rai, Dubai, and Maine in the US. So I visited Chiang Rai in September 2023, Dubai in January, this Jan, and US in July, like 7th July, I left for US. So yeah, so the first thing I learned is to take risks. Now, when people mention risks, like people get freaked out. Oh my god, it's a risk. I don't know what's gonna happen. Chill. You need to chill, bro. Okay, so get one thing straight. When you take risks, only positives arise as long as you follow, like, as long as you meet a couple of conditions. As long as you meet, like, these 2 or 3 conditions, only and only positives will arrive. Okay, so the first condition is that don't be stupid, bro. Like, while taking risks, just don't be stupid. Do not take risks that sound or seem too good to be true. Okay, so for example, there's this guy on YouTube called Alex Becker, I'm pretty sure. So he was like an old school self improvement coach slash self improvement YouTuber, but recently he's really fallen off. So he tells his fans so for example, he tells his fans to invest in like this certain stock or to invest in this cryptocurrency. And so, to put it simply, if there's this like X stock, if there's like the stock named X, and its value is like $100 right now, so I'll buy like a huge amount of that stock. I'll buy like $3,000 worth of that stock, and I'll go to my audience and I'll tell them, okay, guys, X stock is gonna skyrocket in like the next 7 days. Everyone go invest like $800 in it. So like everyone is like gonna be investing in it, like 100, 200, thousands of people will be investing in it, and I'll tell them, as the stock keeps going up in value since so many people have bought it, when it reaches at like, for example, $2,000 worth of, when its value reaches $2,000, all of us will sell and we'll be rich. But what I will do is I will sell at like 1,800. When I sell, the value will drop, so I will like become rich and the entire audience will like be poor. So yeah, don't take stupid risks. Do not take stupid risks. That's like the first condition you need to meet. Okay, and yeah, the second condition is like make sure you have control over the risk you take. Make sure you can influence the outcome of the decision. So yeah, as I said, like don't invest in crypto because you can't influence the outcome at all. So for example, it's basically making sure that you have a little bit of control, or at least like 30 to 40% of control. Like it's in your hands. Like the outcome of your decision will be in your hands. Okay, so like for me, see, I am making videos right now. So I could be, maybe meditating right now. Maybe I could be doing extra studies right now. People will tell me to, study because I'm a student. But I'm taking a risk by not studying. I am taking a risk by not studying as a student to post YouTube videos, to work on my business. Why? Because I know eventually that when I grow up, this is what I want to do. I want to post YouTube videos. I want to help young men. I want to do business. I want to open a business. I want to be successful at business. So I know that by taking this risk, eventually it'll be, giving me, it will be rewarding me in the long run. It'll be giving me a bigger ROI than studying or meditating or going and playing sports right now. And a lot of men and boys nowadays, they're afraid to take risks. Why? Because if you don't take risks in your life, forget taking risks. It's because if I've told you to take risks right now, and if you're like, okay, what should I take? What risk should I take? Do you realize what situation you're in right now? It's because you don't have the option to take a risk. That is just crazy. Like, imagine not having the option to take risks, bro. Your life is so simple. Your life is so comfortable that you literally cannot take risks. Like, see, I'm a student and I'm in the self-improvement sector. So I have an option to take risks by, starting a business like I am. And you need to understand that safety, security, and comfort are not good things for men. We think that we want them. We don't. You don't want safety, security, and comfort. You don't. Trust me. Why don't you want them? Because they do not cause growth. That's simply why you do not want safety in your life. And by safety, I don't mean like don't take like dumb risks by starting fights with people. If you wanna, that's exactly what I'm saying. If you wanna get into fighting like martial arts, boxing, you won't go out on the street and start beating up a guy. Why? Because you can end up dead. You cannot control the outcome. Whereas if you fight in a controlled environment, if you get into like a sparring match with your friend, the worst that can happen, maybe you can like start bleeding if like he strikes you too hard, but it ends there. That's it. So take controlled risks. And the second thing I learned, this is by far the biggest thing I learned, like, for the first advice I gave you to take risks, I had to think over it for a little bit, but this advice, I literally came like across it at camp. This learning, like when I was out there, I came across it when I was in the US, is that there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition, you just don't know of it. So chances are that if you live in like a very populated area, like I stay in India, Mumbai, it's like we have like 21 million people in like my city alone. And it's not even that big. It's like 600 like square kilometers. That's how big Mumbai is. You may think, okay, that means there's a lot of competition. Yeah, there probably is. The thing is that there's so many people concentrated in such a small space that you don't really get to venture out. Even though there's a lot of disparity in between the rich and poor, there's somewhat of similarity in way of living. So here in school where I live, I am by far the strongest teenager, the most athletic, somewhat one of the, good looking guys who's really disciplined, who meditates, who's into self-improvement, and basically well off in life. Like, I am somewhere in like the top 5%, I'd say. But when I went outside, like when I went to the US, so I interacted with people from like 8 different countries. I'll talk about how you can actually visit different countries at like such a tender age of 15. Very soon in like the next video probably. So yeah, I realized when I went out there, I interacted with like 80 people who were like near my age, 80 like other guys and girls. I was not the best at anything. I was not the best speaker. I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the most muscular. I wasn't the fastest. Wasn't the only one who was doing business. There were people who were doing business and who were far off, way better than what I was doing. And I thought that I was the best, one of the best in the world. Maybe not one of the best in the world, but at least like in the top 10,000, maybe in the top 500,000 people. I am not. You are not what you think you are, bro. You are not the hot stuff. It's the competition. You'll never catch up if you're going the way you are. There's the race of Jeffries and there's the race of Adonis. If you're running, you're probably running in the race of Jeffries if you're watching this video. See, why you think that you're doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I work out, once a week. I meditate once in 10 days. I breathe through my nose sometimes. That's because you're running in the loser's race. You know how in like football matches you have like losers league. 2 teams fight, one of them loses, and another set of 2 teams fight, one of them loses. The teams which lost in both the matches, they fight each other The teams that won, they fight each other. So the teams that lost, which are fighting together, those are called the losers. So you don't know that you're running in the race of losers league, and you're wondering why you're doing so well. Yeah, because you're the best of the worst. That's why. To enter the Adonis League, to enter the Winners League, you need to start a business. You need to start teaching people what you learn. And for that, I'm here to help you. So like, subscribe if you want. I really don't care. And do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.